Happy video day, guys. Christina, Brooke here, and today we are doing my one brand, 1 year, the year of Natasha Denona update. So this is my February update for my challenge. If you guys don't know about my challenge, I challenged myself this year to pick up every new release from one brand, and the brand that won was Natasha Denona. So in these videos, I do a rundown. I tell you guys everything that came out new from the brand and that I picked up for the month, give you guys short little thoughts of what I think about them, and I also give you guys some gossip in these videos. So I call it my chisme section, which is a Spanish way of saying gossip in these videos. So I tell you guys things that I'm hearing from my little internet detectives, which are you guys out there who love to send me DMs on Instagram to tell me what's coming out new from Natasha. So I give you guys sneak peeks. And we're gonna get into that. I have some stuff to talk about from the last video that I posted about this, so we'll get into that when I get into my chisme section. But before we get into all of this, which I'm hoping you guys find to be interesting, don't forget to hit subscribe, join the channel. If you guys like Natasha Denona, this may be the place for you because everything that she comes out with new will be on the channel. So go ahead, hit subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, so guys, this month, Natasha Denona did not release anything. So this would be a very boring update video. I decided that for these updates, if she does not release anything, I'm still going to do a video dedicated to her. So in this video, I'm going to be going through all of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes that have released, and I'm going to tell you guys the ones that I never picked up and why I didn't pick them up. So that's going to be what this video is going to be about, because we're still going to dedicate it to Natasha because she had no February releases. So I don't really have anything to update you guys on when it comes to releases because nothing came out besides the Love collection that we talked about in this video up here. So if you guys are interested in my January update, I talk about the Love collection there. But so I decided that for this video, I'm going to start with the chisme. I'm going to start with the gossip because a lot of you guys are probably very interested in the gossip. So we'll start with the gossip and then we're going to get into the fun Natasha Denona dedicated video. So for the gossip, okay, first thing I want to tell you guys is last video I told you guys that there was going to be something colorful coming out, that there was going to be a larger pan eyeshadow palette similar to the Safari that was going to be coming out, and I had said the name of the palette in the video, and a few people told me maybe you shouldn't say the name. Then I thought about it and I said, you know, I think the problem is I didn't use the magic word, allegedly. So from now on, anytime I talk about something that's going to be coming out from Natasha, or if I say a name of a palette, I will be using the magic word, allegedly. So this word basically means that's what people are saying, but I'm not telling you it's 100%. And in reality, I should be saying that anyways, because even though these images have released, even though people are talking about this stuff, the brand hasn't technically said that this is coming out. So we don't know. It could be a scrapped product. It could be something that they thought was going to come out and they changed their mind. So now that I have my magic word, I will tell you guys the name of the palette that we talked about in the last video. So allegedly, the name of the palette is going to be called the Loco. But I did see images that people have sent me by DM, and it does look like a Natasha palette, but I have a feeling we may see it. So if you guys were wondering the name of the palette, that is what it allegedly is going to be called. So we'll see. I don't know when this is going to come out, and that's what I heard. Hey guys, so I'm here with a quick little update. So before I posted this video, I actually got the update that the Loco has been announced on Trend Mood, and a lot of other people have started to announce it already. So the cat is out of the bag. It is going to be released by Natasha. I'm going to show you guys an image because it's already everywhere. Trend Mood already has it up, so it's just a matter of time. Probably next week, I'm sure Natasha's going to start announcing this. So we're going to be seeing this palette. What do you guys think of it? I'm actually pretty excited. It is so different for Natasha Denona. I am not used to seeing these type of colors from her. And I'm very interested in seeing how she will make like these bright oranges. Like it's kind of interesting. Kind of excited. So we do know this is going to be in like the $100 price range. I want to know from you guys if you guys are going to be picking it up. So I did want to jump in here and tell you guys, yes, it was true. I had seen these images probably like a month ago or more, and I wasn't 100% sure, but now we know. Then Natasha jumped on the circus that was 2020 and created a really cool looking palette. So let me know your thoughts, and let's get into another quick little sneak peek of something else I'm hearing about. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the scoop on another alleged palette that may be coming out. Of course, this one as well, I'm not 100% sure on it. Did get DM'd also a photograph of this palette, so I have an idea what it's going to look like. And I decided to go a little deeper into it because one of my awesome subscribers kind of told me to look into the trademarks of Natasha Denona to see if the palette existed, and I said, that's actually a smart idea, I will. So what I did is they sent me the name. So the palette allegedly is going to be called the Mini Xenon palette, okay? So this is different. This isn't a mini of something that we've already seen. It looks to me like it's going to be like a black and gray kind of smoky eye mini, okay? So I was looking at it, to be honest, I think it looks cool. It kind of looks futuristic. It's just like a smoky eye palette, but it's different. You know, it's something obviously very different from what she has been coming out with. So if this palette is real, it's gonna be basically a smoky eye palette with your grays and your blacks, you know, to create a smoky eye. I think it's a cute looking palette. If it's true, then I think I would be really interested in it. It's an interesting palette. I would like to see how she's gonna create a bigger version of it too. So that is the 411. That's the chisme on this mini that is supposedly going to release. Okay, so this one does have a trademark by Natasha Denona. So we know that either this palette is coming, I'm not sure if it's gonna be the colorway that they sent me an image of, but definitely this palette is coming, okay? And I think it was trademarked like in September. Usually these products take around a year before they launch, so I would say maybe we're gonna start seeing this towards the fall. Guess. So that is what I have to say for this chisme section of stuff that potentially is coming out. I also have something interesting to talk to you guys next month. I'm doing a little research on it, but I'll tell you guys about it next month. So now that we've gone over the potential gossip of what could be coming out next from Natasha, let's get into a fun Natasha dedicated video. I'm gonna go through all of her eyeshadow palettes and tell you guys the ones that I didn't pick up, whether I regret it, and the reason that maybe I won't pick it up, or if I still actually want to get it. So let's get into that. So I'm gonna just go to Natasha Denona's website. There may be some palettes that I might skip if there was like a limited edition one and it's not here anymore. If I don't remember to include it, you guys can leave me down below if I forgot anything, but let's start off with the first one, which is the Mini Love. I did pick that up. You guys know I really like it, so check mark for Mini Love. Then we have the Trio Chrome. Also picked that one up. I also really like that one, so we've got 2 for 2. The Mini Zendo, I have that one. Do like that one a lot. The Glam, I have that one, and I like that one a lot. This is going in a weird direction. Okay, so now the bronze eyeshadow palette. Okay, here's the first one that I never picked up. So the bronze eyeshadow palette was $65 US. I didn't pick this up because it looked a lot like the Metropolis palette. If you took apart the Metropolis, it had a lot of colors so similar to the bronze palette, and that's why I didn't pick it up. However, guys, there's like a part of me that regrets this, okay? So like I think about it every once in a while, which is kind of weird because I know I have it in Metropolis, but if you guys don't know, I love my good neutral colors. Like I'm a very neutral girl. On the lids, I really love soft looks. I like to play up soft looks sometimes, but I'm a huge neutral fan. Like I love neutral eyes. I will play with color, but I love neutral eyes. You know, so this is kind of like this was a color story that I should have been so excited for. But since I had just gotten the Metropolis not that long before this had released, I was like, well, why do I want this? I have the Metropolis. But now years later, I kick myself and say, why? I still think about this one. And I bet you a lot of you guys down below right now are saying, Christina, you should get this because this is a great palette. Thank you. I might. So another one that I never picked up, okay, so this is the Biba. The Biba was the $129 palette. That's another one. That's another one that I didn't pick up because I had just gotten the gold palette, okay? So since the gold palette has these brown tones, and I was looking at this one going, oh, well, Christina, you really just don't need this. I think at the time that Biba released, I liked Natasha Denona's formula, but I was still like kind of like on the fence on whether I wanted to pay that price point for eyeshadows. I understand you guys out there who think that it's too expensive to buy this price point of eyeshadow palettes. I totally get you. I was you. I just feel like after a while of using the gold palette, I started to realize how much I loved her formula. It just like didn't let me down. And I would buy cheaper palettes and I'd be like, well, I like them, but man, that gold palette's so good. So I started to shift my mentality into thinking like, if you have one brand that you really love, like you have to like really love, it's okay to pay a higher price tag, like a premium for that one brand. But I would not recommend you to like do this for every brand. You'll go bankrupt. Palette is one that I feel like I could have picked up too. Now, just looking at the two next to each other, Biba and Bronze, I think that at the end, Biba looks like it's more cool tone, right? So I think Biba was more cool tone. Maybe I would have wanted the Bronze. Okay, so this is one that I also don't own. The Love palette. Okay, so this is the $65. This is supposed to be limited edition. However, we keep seeing it. Eyeshadow palette. I didn't like this one, okay? I really didn't. I love the mini version of this because I can do with 5 shades. But I didn't want a whole palette of these colors. I don't wear this at all. Like, these are just colors that every once in a while you'll see me sporting a pink lid or you'll see me like doing something really fun. But on the daily, I love my neutrals. I like to add little pops of color, but I don't want like a whole pinky, purpley, Barney purple lid. It's just not my style. So for Natasha, it wasn't like something that I was dying to pick up, especially since really if I look at the palette, none of the colors were like really calling me that I would want to use those colors and keep the other ones just for pops. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't regret this one. Sunrise, I have it. I love it. Great palette. Okay, so now we have a few of those pricey palettes. And this was before Natasha. This was BFN, before Natasha existed to me. She used to come out with these palettes. Like, I knew of her brand, but I just didn't know of her brand. So this was the eyeshadow palette 10. This is a cute palette. Ooh, it's reduced to $45. Now this one is a nice palette, but looking at it, it has like blues. I like greens, but this is just not, I don't know. I have a theory, which I'm going to tell you guys in the next video. I'm not going to give away all of my secrets, but this one has some greens, hint, hint. And I think that this one is pretty, but no, you see, I don't really need this one. I'm happy that I don't have that palette. Metropolis, have it, love it. I think it's a very pretty palette. I'm happy to have it in my collection. The gold palette, I mean, I think that one's like iconic. You know, I love the gold palette. The Sunset palette. Okay, so this was one of the first Natasha palettes that caught my attention, but I skipped it, okay? $129. I remember when this released, ColourPop kind of duped it with the, what's it called? The Yes Please. They duped it. And I remember thinking, well, why do I want to buy that expensive palette when ColourPop has the cheap version? Now I know why. But back then, I just didn't get it, you know? And looking at it, honestly, it's still not my jam. Like, it's not my color story. I wouldn't have minded having it at its sale price. I think that's where we'll leave it. I think I would have wanted this at a sale price because I don't use these colors much. Now you guys are all gonna start telling me every time she has a good sale. I know you guys are gonna do it. You're gonna make me buy it. But guys, this is like, you know how like there's like that palette that got away and you always like think about it. This one's not like going anywhere, but I haven't been able to put my button, my hand, my finger on the buy button. The Star palette. It's $169. But I love this palette. Oh my God, I don't know what it is about this palette. I really, really love it. And I know there's a mini version, but I don't love the mini as much as this one. This one just really calls my attention. I really think one day she shall be mine. Eyeshadow palette number 28, the green brown, $239. And I think that one day this will be mine too, okay? This is another one that I really like the color story. I love greens. But I don't like really bright greens, but I like nice greens. And these look like the greens that would make me happy. I love the browns in here. I think I'm gonna buy this one day. Yeah, so that's another one. So the Star palette and the eyeshadow palette 28, the green brown one, I kind of really love. The eyeshadow palette 28, this is the purple blue one, I can do without. So this is also a $239 palette. This one, look, the purples that she used in here are pretty. The browns are also pretty, but here's the problem. Blue is a color range that I don't love, and purple done in specific ways I love, and I like more mauve. This is a little bit more purple. So it's, to me, too expensive of a palette for colors that I don't use. So definitely I'll probably never pick this up. Okay, the Coral Eyeshadow Palette. This was a $48 palette. This... Okay, so the Caramel Eyeshadow Palette, $48. Honestly, I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one. Looking at it, I kind of like it though. I kind of like this one, but I don't remember it. Eyeshadow palette number 5. This is blue, and it has a nice mint in here. Like the color combination, just not for me. Like that would just not be for me. The Cranberry Eyeshadow Palette. Now, I remember when this one released, it caught my attention. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it did catch my attention. But I feel like people didn't like this one, right? Was this one of the ones that people didn't like? Mini Retro, I have, I love, I adore. I want a big retro, okay? Big retro, I want. The Mini Glam, beautiful. Love the Mini Glam. I think it's a beautiful little mini. So that one, like, obsessed with. So that, I have it. The Mini Gold was one. I had it in my cart. I really thought I might buy it. But I had just bought the Big Gold. I think this came out not that long after the Big Gold, right? And I kept thinking to myself, well, why do I want a mini if I have the big one? And I have a feeling that was before Natasha for me, that I didn't really realize that her minis, they kind of mimic the larger palettes, but they're different. So I think like this one was one that maybe I kind of missed out on because it was cute. I don't know if I have buyer's regret, but I think if I would have bought in it, I would have been okay with it. The Mini Tropic. Okay, so this was a mini of the Tropic palette, which actually we didn't talk about because I guess that one is no longer available. We'll talk about that one too. 4 out of the 5 colors I like. There's a blue in there that is a total dud. Really bad. Now, the large Tropic, I never got it, okay? And it was like one that I considered, and I remember the channel that I saw it on a lot was Tati's channel. I remember Tati talking about this palette. I think she didn't like it. I think she didn't like it, and I think it started like a wave of people saying like it was really bad, right? Right? I don't think people like that palette. Now, how I am now, I think I probably would have purchased it. Back then I wouldn't have, but now I probably would have because the colors were not like super vibrant and it had an interesting colorway. I think the colorway in the palette was interesting. I just don't know if that formula was good because there was a time in the beginning of Natasha's launches, like when she first started launching like more universally accessible palettes that I feel like a lot of people could buy because the price range went down. There was a little discrepancy with her formula. That's gone. Like now her formula is just like straight down the line amazing. But there was around this time, and I think the Tropic and the Mini Tropic were both kind of like the Mini Nude. I don't know why I never got this one. I really don't. I wish I could tell you guys there was a reason that I didn't pick this up, but I honestly do not remember why I didn't pick up the Mini Nude. I don't know because it's cute. I just honestly never picked it up. I kind of regret it though. I will say because I have seen people talk about the Mini Nude and they've said really nice and like awesome things about it. And it is a colorway that I like. I don't know if I need it. Probably don't. But yeah, I kind of like that one. The Mini Sunset. I really like this color story, but this palette, the mini one, didn't have the perfect Natasha formula yet. This was like one of her first launches of minis that she was kind of like hit or miss with the minis. And there's some colors in here I love and some that I don't. And actually, you know what's not here is the Mini Lila's not in here. And I really like the Mini Lila. That was a really cute mini and it had really good formula in it. And I have that one. And also what's not in here is the Big Lila. So I didn't see it on her website either. I wonder if that is not being sold anymore. But the Big Lila is also really good. And I actually purchased it on sale at Sephora. So maybe she's not going to be producing that one either. But I'm sure that there may be some palettes that I skipped over. Let me know which ones they were down below. Because as you guys can see, if she stopped producing them, it looks like she's pulling them from her website already. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little video. I want to know from you guys right now down below, what palette do you regret? not purchasing from Natasha, and if you think you might buy it down in the long run, let me know. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. I'll talk with you guys later. Bye. And next month, get ready. We have some interesting stuff.